So this is going to be a video about things that I love and hate about living in Austin, Texas. So for the most part, I've been here for almost a year. I'm going on my 10-month mark. Being here so long, I've been able to understand the qualities that I like and don't like about living here. And this video is an easier way for me to be able to explain different qualities of life without having to go really technical about every little thing. So if you're interested in the things that I like and don't like about living in Austin, Texas, then you can keep on watching. So I'm going to be looking at my phone because I made a list. So I'm laughing because the first thing I put down was tacos all day. So some of these different things that I'm going to be talking about are, serious things and things that are really petty like this. So first thing I put down was tacos. And I don't mean Taco Bell, literally every place, high-end restaurants, casual places, bar and grill type of places, there's a taco stand on every corner, and I'm not exaggerating. And it's not so much that the tacos are everywhere, it's more so that you'll go to a new place thinking like, oh, this place and that place has this, and literally tacos are a part of the menu. Tacos, breakfast tacos are a thing. Like, I'm not the type of person that likes to mix breakfast with too much stuff. I'm a very simplistic and in control person. That's probably why I hate this. But I don't eat eggs on a taco roll like that. I'm not doing it. Like, the most you can get me to do is like a bacon, egg, and cheese. I'm not a taco person. I have to be in the mood for a taco. Like, tacos are or just Mexican food in general, that's like a mood. Like, you'll say, oh, I want Chinese food today. I want, soul food today. What I'm trying to say is tacos should not be eaten for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, I just can't. One thing that I like about living here is that it's quiet, and that's both a pro and a con for me. So when I first got here, because I'm from a city, the quiet kind of bothered me. It made me feel really eerie, and it was kind of like white noise at first. But then eventually I got used to it, and it's not that I don't like noise or that I can't handle noise. It's more like I like the fact that when I need quiet, it's available to me as opposed to trying to go search and find quiet. If you're from a big city, you understand the fact of like sirens and people outside and fire trucks and horns and traffic and just always busy. And honestly, I just grew up loving that and having to embrace it. But eventually I got used to the quiet, and then the sound of crickets is actually kind of soothing after a while. So yeah, I like the quiet. So the second thing that I hate, their public transportation system sucks. Because Texas is so spread out, they're actually really behind. So this is a smaller version of a city that you really can't walk anywhere, and you need to drive or catch the bus. But they don't have multiple buses. It's kind of weird. They have a lot of buses, but in Philly we have buses, trains, and trolleys. They go all over, and then they range from the number 1 to the number 400 or something like that, or 300. So all those combined, that's about at least 300 vehicles all in a city at once. You know what I'm saying? So one route getting you across a long distance over a period of time, as opposed to having multiple routes that will take shorter rides. So also their trains run above ground. They do not have casual trains. And because their trains run above ground, if you're driving, you get stuck. Literally the whole city has to stop. So everybody's cut off. The buses, the cars, everything. You cannot pass it. So it's really annoying. So the positive thing about that is, because I guess their transportation system isn't as expensive, it's really cheap. So if you didn't have a car and you did, take the bus or whatever, the bus is like $1 and some change here. I remember when I paid $1 and some change in Philly, I was probably 7 years old. So yeah, so that's really a good pro. So the next thing that I hate about Texas is you can't walk anywhere, which is really annoying. So if you get like a condo or like a townhouse, you know, in the city, like towards downtown, you can walk virtually anywhere you would need to go. So, which most people don't. You live in a more residential area and literally you can't walk anywhere. Like, there are no corner stores. They don't have that type of thing. It's a supermarket or a gas station, and gas stations are creepy as fuck at night. So if I had to make a last minute run, but here I have to go to the market. I can't, you know, just run to a convenience store. We don't have those. The most closest thing they have to a convenience store is like a 7-Eleven or like a Walgreens, and their 7-Elevens and Walgreens aren't in neighborhoods. They're in like more commercial areas. The second thing that I love about living here is the cost of living and the quality of life. So I have those together. So it's basically the rules to how they qualify you to move into an apartment or a home here are different than what I'm used to in Philadelphia. So real quick, in Philadelphia, you have to put up 3 months rent. There's no leniency. You have to pay first, last, and security up front. So that's thousands of dollars. That's probably $2,000, $1,500 to $2,500 before you even move in, and then you only have a month's paying time to pay the rent that you have to pay. Here, it's a little different but you're not paying thousands of dollars up front. You're literally paying a deposit to move in, or only first month's rent to move in, which I love. You really don't have to pay all these different deposits or whatever. You're literally only paying for you to move in. That, you know, administrative fee plus first month's rent or whatever the deposit is. And then your credit is not always determined as much here either. And also, opportunity wise, like if you don't have really good credit, you definitely can get away with that, because you can just pay an extra fee to, you know, bypass the credit. Because obviously if you don't have good enough credit, they feel like they can't trust you. So how about you pay this amount? This is like a good faith fee, you know, to reassure us that, you know, we can trust you, and you get that deposit back when you leave or whatever the case is. So it works out pretty good here, and I really like that about, you know. One thing that I don't like is the highway is literally in the middle of everything. So you know how I said the train is in the middle of everything? The highway is also in the middle of everything. Here, if I wanted to go downtown, I have to get on the highway, and if I didn't want to get on the highway, I'd be driving directly next to the highway. Think like, okay, say if I'm driving somewhere and I miss my turn, and like obviously my turn was back there, so naturally you're like, okay, instead of me going all the way down to the highway and, you know, going 3 exits down and having to wait till I get 3 exits down to be able to cross the highway and come back around, I'm gonna just naturally, oh, there's a street here, let me make a right and go back down and try to come through. You can't do that. Literally, you miss a turn, you missed your turn. Like, there's no going back. Like, in order for you to correct your mistake, you have to drive. And then the only way you can get across the highway to get on the other side of the area where if you have to go back, you have to wait till there's like a intersection, but the intersections aren't common. If the highway's crowded, you can drive parallel to the highway and still get to the same destination, probably in the same amount of time. But you can't cross it. So because it's in the middle of everything, you can't go around. I can't go to the next street up and then go around and come back to Riverside. I have to go 3 exits down and then turn, which is like a mile out, and then turn and come all the way back and then circle back around. And what I mean by the neighborhoods don't connect is there's a grid where the neighborhood, like the streets cross, and there's a cluster of areas where you see houses go. None of the neighborhoods connect to any major streets. They literally all are circles, and it goes like basically as a dead end every time. So you can't connect to any other highways. That was a lot of explaining, but I was just trying to convey it the best way I thought I could. I'll have to edit this because I know I sound crazy. My third pro thing that I love about living here, socially people are kinder. People are more adamant to just sparking up a conversation with you. People are very like open and they don't seem judged. People seem happier here, if that makes sense. And I think that's accredited to the fact that a lot of people chose to be here, but for the most part, a lot of people are, you know, migrated from other places, even like surrounding areas, because to them, Austin is the city. Like, the nightlife is trash, to be honest. If you are a black person, a young black person, whether you are professional, if you're a business owner, if you just work a regular 9 to 5, if you're into R&B, hip hop, not pop type of going out environments, whether you want to turn up or chill a place, there aren't that many places that you can go to that's going to have your flavor of music or your flavor of like style and the people you're looking to meet. You have to really know people in order to find these places. So even though I've been here for 10 months, I don't know that many people. And then the people I do know, a lot of them aren't from here. So it's like a never-ending circle. We tried different places. I've tried some things, and they were cool. I've definitely found places to hang out at and chill. One of my favorite places that I was called Spinners. It's a really cool place, but it's all the places that cater to like my demographic. It's not that many places, and the places that I found were outside of Austin. So they're at the outskirts. You have to drive further out to get to them. So, yeah. And also the nightlife is trash because everything closes at 2. There are no after hour places. Not to me. I think even the strip clubs close at 2. Oh, so a positive flip side is the fact that I can't walk anywhere. I have to drive everywhere I go, which kind of deters me from going places because I absolutely only go somewhere and drive a far distance when I really feel like I want to go or I feel like I need to go. So it keeps me like from buying bullshit or like doing things I don't need to be doing because I'm just like, fuck that, like, no. I don't feel like driving. Another kind of plastic bag thing. That shit drives me nuts to this day. 10 months, when I first got here, I was so confused. So what I mean is they had a plastic bag ban here in Austin. And basically they said it was for them to save money and to stop excess litter that they were having an issue with. And that's all good and well. So not that I had to pay for a plastic bag, but there were no plastic bags for a good 5 months that I was here. Like you go to a 7-Eleven, they're giving you a paper bag. You're buying chips and soda and whatever, and you're getting a paper bag. Mind you, these are some flimsy ass paper bags. They ripping when your soda sweat. Like it was so annoying. Walmart paper bags. And you had to pay for them, and they weren't even sturdy. Like, they had the little handles on it, they would break. Like, it was the worst. HEB, which is like their local grocery store, like their statewide grocery store, they do have plastic bags, but they're like the more sturdy plastic bags. So you can't multi-use them. You know how if you go to the market and you get a million plastic bags and you stuff them in the drawer because you're going to need them later for trash or for your hair or for whatever you need them for, to take to lunch or do something with it. You can't do that because they're the sturdier bags, and you pay like a quarter for them, or is it a quarter or is it 10? I think it's a quarter. You pay a quarter for a plastic bag. They did restore the plastic bag thing, but the stores here realized that people still pay for bags, so they haven't, started selling them. And I think great opportunities here. So I got here March 1st, and literally I had interviews. My cousin started getting interviews. We were driving past places, calling in and getting interviews for jobs. So if you are watching this video and you are from a place of privilege, or you are from a truly middle class type of environment, I come from a lower class environment. I grew up in the projects. I grew up in the hood. Like, I'm just saying, this next pro is not for you. But as far as opportunity wise, like work, their minimum wage is higher than the average place that I am familiar with. So Chick-fil-A is making like $13 an hour. McDonald's is making like $13 an hour. Taco Bell out here is offering like $15 an hour. And I'm not saying that those places, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. The pay rates here are significantly higher than where if you were up north. So I definitely like that. I'm at a place where I'm making like way more money than I would ever could have made in the same position in Philadelphia. So I definitely love that about here. Also, just in general, you have more opportunity because everything is more local based. I love that about here. People support local people, local business more than they support commercial, worldwide type of businesses. So definitely love that about this place. So that's definitely something that I love about it. So this is a pro and a con, but the weather. I got here in the springtime and it was like, you know, in between weather, it was okay. But then when the summertime came, people were like, you can be hot, blah, blah, blah. And it was definitely hot. It got up to the hundreds, past the hundreds. It was like 112, 110, blah, blah, blah. Definitely hella hot. But the difference between the hot here and the hot up north, it's not humid. It's not suffocating. You're not dying of like lack of oxygen, if that makes sense. You're definitely hot, like surface wise, like your skin is hot, but you can breathe. There's no like clogginess, and like if you've ever experienced like an Indian summer up north, it's definitely not the same as here. Because it could be 112 degrees here, and I'm physically hot, so I want to be naked, but I'm not like suffocating, like, ooh, child, I can't walk, I can't breathe. Like, it's not like that. And also the con about the weather is the fact that it doesn't get that cold here. And right now it's the middle of winter. Like, we're in January and there's no snow in sight. Right now it's still like 60 something degrees here. Like, it's colder than it would normally be, but it's not cold. Like, okay, so those were all the things that I love and hate about living in Austin. So if you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, and you definitely subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know. I hope this was really helpful for someone, you know, giving a little more insight of personal experience of this place if you're thinking of coming here or moving here. So like I said, if you like the video, please let me know by liking the video. And thanks for watching. Have a good day.